So we're not gonna do this as like a full-blown episode. It's technically not episode 4 of the RC16. This is just like a behind the scenes of what we're working on a week-to-week basis when it's not enough meat and potatoes to show you guys a full episode. So I wanna bring you along for the ride. In the 3D design, as you see here, we basically built the fairing stay, the intake nose, this cool little DRL ring, and I just want to give you an overview and explain to you how all this stuff works. Because this is a behind the scenes video, you'll actually see how many failures there usually are before we get one that's right, okay? This is like the version 1 of the intake. It fits around this, and then because it's pliable, it just fits into place, and that would bolt just like that. Looks good, super clean. The issue is here on the inner part of the snout. When you go to turn the buckles, it just hits the fairing stay, so it's too big. So what we did is we came up with another design. I started printing it, and what's funny is I had a failed print. I usually don't have failed prints, but I did, and I went back to my design software and I seen something severely overlooked. We have to do something, come on in here. We have to do something with these air intakes. You see how it has these little triangles in here? I know it's hard to see, but those are like the air ducts that go into the actual air box. So we have to do something with the intake that not only forces air into those little triangles, but also is skinny enough here so that the fork tubes don't hit it. So this is version 3, and I made it in 3 pieces because now we can have forced ram air right there into that box. And you're able to assemble these together on the bike because they bolt together here on the top and bottom, and also they bolt to the frame neck, as well as I've got a design that I'm going to show you guys how all this stuff will mount to the frame as well and be hard mounted. But if you look up here, look at this huge ass gap. Now you'd think this is just a design flaw or an error or something overlooked, but actually it's not. We're hitting on the frame right here on this top lip, and if I point it out on this, you can see the way that this air duct is supposed to go in, it's actually hitting right here. So this one's not working as well. So we have version 4 printing as we speak, and that should clear up everything, also get our lines and volumetric flow smoother going right into those air ducts. But basically we'll have this design, and then I've made this custom headlight, intake nose, and DRL strip that fits together, it bolts together, just like this. All right, get your graphic image of that. Now you can see with the fairing stay on there loosely, this also fits in here, and all of this will tab together. I don't have it pressed fit. It still needs to be final trimmed and adjusted, but this whole big thing will sit on the front of the bike like this. Of course, it'll be pushed in back where it was. So imagine dash mounts about there towards the front. But unfortunately, that's why you guys aren't getting a good episode 4, because this is the reality of it. This is what really happens when you guys are like being innovative and building stuff that doesn't exist. You do have failures and things and obstacles that pop up that unfortunately you can't plan for those. Sorry, there's no episode 4 of Project RC16 this week, but I do want to show you guys. Here's a nice little clip of the DRL strip working on the front. You can see it has a steady DRL of constant white LEDs. It'll sit inset here and basically be tucked away back on the intake. And then you've seen that the blinkers, they turn on one side or the other, whether it's left or right. I want to show you the headlight housing, but I can't. I'm waiting for some connectors, so all this is plug and play for the Super Duke. But the headlight housing sits right in between the bottom of the intake and this lip of the wings. So it tucks away to where, yes, it doesn't look like there's a headlight on there. Really, really cool. Now, maybe you guys forgot, but we did build another KTM not too long ago, and you guys probably thought that that was done. No, that bike is not gonna look like that. We still got paint to do, boys. Please join me while we went to my buddy John's shop, Highmark Customs, and we picked up the bodywork for the RC8.
All right, so this is my 1991 NSX.
Look at this thing. Why is it torn apart, John?
Well, because it needs a little bit of your love on it. So what I'm thinking about,
this is sick, dude,
is if you could, I'll get my guys to cut, scribe a nice line there.
Okay.
I want to carbon fiber this black area.
Okay.
I've got a rear diffuser already built.
Okay.
In carbon fiber.
Okay.
But I think if you can put a layer on this for aesthetics.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that looked pretty sharp. Like
is the mesh removable?
Yes, it is.
It's got the pins?
And so is
Okay.
this bottom plate.
Yeah, we'll
skid
pull
plate.
this off and skin, and then.
And then I've got, you know, the typical junk Duraflex parts that they build.
Oh yeah.
That are about 60% of what they need to be. We're reworking these rockers, and those are going to be the extended rockers because the car is on airbags, so it sits on the ground. This will just make it appear even lower.
Right.
But what I'd like to probably do is take, and again, and I'll cut a line about 2 1/4 inches.
Yeah.
Because if you measure the front lip at where it comes around
That's
the
where it
sides,
lines up.
it's 2 1/4.
Okay.
So once I'm done the body work, I'll cut a line so that you can bring your material into. So those are my
that's easy.
ideas on the front. I've cleared this thing. I sanded it and cleared it, but it's gonna go one more time. But now you can kind of get a,
Sick.
this is the one you did for me, you know?
Sick, dude.
What I do is when I clear it this time.
It's a little dirty, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very dirty. It sits around this body shop. But I'll put a little bit of smoke in the clear so I can darken it up a little bit on my final thing. But you did a great job. This is the one we wrapped in carbon fiber.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that that's a skin.
Yeah,
it's a skin part, dude.
This is the chassis swap Z06. And this is the one with wide body.
Yep. So this is a C7 Z06.
Yep.
Man's mission.
Yep. Projects.
They're sick though, dude.
But it'll be a really cool car. It's a 7-speed manual, 7,700 miles.
Damn, dude.
So
this thing's gonna be sick.
It was hit pretty good. Somebody tried to cobble it back together. We're gonna do it right.
And you said you're what? Wide body twin turbo?
Well, at least wide body.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, if you guys want to see more car content,
Yeah.
John's got projects to do.
We got projects. We got plenty of projects.
Now, should we tell him what we came for? We didn't come just to visit my good friend John. No, John did something special for us. Should we show him?
Let's go check it out.
I'm excited, dude. Wow.
You should see him struggle with those in there.
I'm sure they're heavy.
Wow, dude. Wow, this is epic. Look at this color. This is like our own version of KTM blue. John, what are we gonna call this? Labosco blue?
No, we got to come up with a good name that fits the company, your company.
Dude, that is sick. That's BM blue right there. Look at these parts. And it's crazy the work that John does here, because like it's all custom colored, but then he puts a shit ton of clear on it and it just comes out so flat. Like, look at that. This is the gray that'll go on. Oh my God. Bam. Yeah. And matte.
Mm-hmm.
So this orange, I don't know which graphics this is for, but just imagine that matte orange on that matte blue.
Yeah.
Absolutely epic. The RC8 is so close to being done. The bike's actually not here. It's at Ride Now Beach Boulevard in Jacksonville, and they are so close to sorting out our issues. We found out that although all the modules were married on the bike, but the dash also needed to be married. So little stuff like that, and we're just trying to sort out the last ABS issue, and we're waiting on a clutch switch to finalize the RC8. In the next RC8 episode, I promise we will be revealing the bike finished, done. Episode 4 on RC16, we will be putting the whole front end on this bike, the intake, the headlights, the taillights, everything. And then we might even take this thing for a ride with the 3D printed bodywork on it. And don't forget, October 15th ends the live giveaway. So please jump on over to jbells.com, buy yourself some merch, and you can take home one of these helmets. We'll see you on the next one.